What is the dumbest war in history? A town called Huescar in Spain declared a war on Denmark in 1809. And forgot about it. For 172 years no shots were fired. And no one was killed. A historian randomly came across the declaration one day. And both countries signed a peace treaty. Depends what you mean by dumbest. World War I is probably the dumbest a series of alliances had grown up as a result of some general great power chess playing in Europe. The motivations of all the parties were confused at best. A single assassination set it off, pulling the great powers into a massive conflagration due to their treaty commitments. And then an entire generation of young men died in trench warfare while everyone experimented with the new weapons systems made possible by recent technological advances. When the war ended, even the surrender was stupid. They made Germany sign a war guilt clause and pay reparations that led directly to conditions that gave rise to Hitler, the Second World War, and the Holocaust. It's honestly probably the greatest example of human collective stupidity ever experienced. The Roman Emperor Caligula declared war on the sea and ordered his men to collect seashells as spoils of war. In the French Revolutionary Wars, a French cavalry unit successfully traversed the ice of the frozen Den Helder harbor and captured the Dutch fleet as it was stuck in the ice. This was the first ever capture of naval units by a cavalry detachment. The city of Huescar was at war with Denmark for 172 years because they forgot they were at war. The war between Denmark and Canada over Hanzo, an island in the Arctic. 0 casualties. But soldiers from both countries took turns claiming the island with flags and leaving booze for the other team. It went on for years and was only resolved recently. Caligula's war against the sea deserves a mention here. Off the top of my head, the Emu War. War on drugs. The Pig War. Okay, this one's not really a war since no one died and no battles were fought. But it was dangerously close to being US versus Britain round 3. Football War, or 100-hour war, between El Salvador and Honduras. The Anglo-Zanzibar War lasted about 45 minutes, resulting in a single British soldier wounded and 500 Zanzibari killed or wounded. The War of Jenkins' Ear was a 9-year campaign that started when a British boat captain got his ear cut off by the Spanish Coast Guard. The War of Jenkins' Ear. 17,391,744. Fought between Britain and Spain. 25,035,000 dead on both sides in a war started because some guy got his ear cut off. I know it's more complex than that, but it does at least have the dumbest name. The Vietnam War. They sent kids into the jungle to die for nothing. The 3-day Russian invasion of Ukraine. Whether Ukraine wins or loses, we're sure Russia isn't recovering from this one. Pretty much all of them. Wars only beget more wars. It's almost 2024 now and I live in Ukraine. Ask a light question. Iraq War was totally unnecessary. WW1 shows how damaging alliances can be.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.